I do have a hunger to create. I feel like, I don't know, I just enjoy writing songs. I enjoy the process of it. And I feel like I just always have some stuff to say, you know, and if I don't, I don't write. But sometimes I force myself to write even if I don't feel like writing. You know, I think maybe since I was making a living as a songwriter for a bit, that it's almost like I feel I have to write a song, like songs. It's like a job in a way. So yeah, I just keep going, you know. I think it's almost like a diary of sorts, you know, for my life. Yeah, for sure. I deal with, like, you know, my feelings and stuff like that, I guess, like anybody else. I try to like make myself feel better through writing songs sometimes, and it just, it's something that helps me to figure things out. I'm trying not to have any feelings about it. I don't know, you know. I don't want to be overexcited where, you know, like if it's disappointing to some people or getting too ahead of myself, or like if they like it. I don't know, I think, you know, it's not great to put pressure on a piece of work. I think you have to, it's almost like when I'm, you know, to make it smaller, when I'm writing a song, I sometimes, I don't like putting pressure on the song while I'm writing it. You know, like sometimes we'll be writing a song and like a person I'm writing it with is like, oh my God, this is a hit, this is insane, you know, and then like you finish writing it and it's like a total turd, you know. It's like, I know, I'm just like, this is not good, it's not gonna do anything, you know. And then sometimes I feel like, God, this session was so hard, so difficult, and I don't know, I don't really feel this song. And then I get it back and I'm like, oh, I like this song. I love this song. I feel like when I'm in a relationship, a lot of times it's an addiction, you know, and I think that that's why, you know, the whole, it's like a play on words of like recovering from the addiction of being with someone, and you know, it's like cold turkey basically, as far as, you know, I don't know if you guys have that expression, but we use that as a term to get off drugs without doing them at all. Like no kind of like weaning yourself off, and a lot of times no rehab, just like going, you know, just cutting it off and stopping. And so I think sometimes that needs to happen, and you know, I don't know your personal life obviously, so, but I do know from myself and from friends that, like, especially, you know, phone-wise, it's like really easy to like just constantly be looking at your phone or texting or trying to connect with that person. And I think the person that's on the other end of it, the person that breaks up with the person, also indulges in doing that to make themselves feel better about it. So it's kind of about that really horrible time of like just really, you know, for both people in a way where you don't want, like, you're so used to each other, and there's really nice things, but like getting rid, like you have to throw everything out if you're gonna break up for a while, you know, it's just very difficult. And people get back together for those kind of things, and then they see that the same stuff is wrong, you know, and that's like the real heartbreaking part, you know. It takes a lot of courage on both sides to really end something if it's, you know, if you see ultimately it's not doing great things for both people. You know, with Hearts and Mouth, I think there's just like, I'm talking about a lot of, I mean, each song almost feels like its own little movie in a way to me. There's just so many situations. I mean, I don't know if I could go through every single song and be like, this is exactly what was going through my head, you know, but they're all like, they're just like another batch of emotional songs from an emotional person about emotions, I guess. Dreamcatcher kind of starts it out with that feeling, you know, when you have a dream and you're just like, you wake up from it and you don't remember what it was really about, but you remember that it it was uncomfortable and you didn't feel well about it. Like it just like anxiety or something, you know. And I feel like there's a lot of songs, you know, like One Night in the Sun and The Power and even Dreamer and stuff like that that are just about, you know, the difficulties of people, of relationships, not necessarily the end of a relationship, but just like, I think that's the scariest part of relationships, are like them actually working out, and it keeps going, and there's things that you love and don't like about someone. You don't like when they're this way, or, you know, or you can remember painful situations that you've got through, that you made it to the other side, but that, you know, it was hard and it scarred you. That's the goal. I mean, that if nothing else, if you take nothing else from my career, I would be glad for that. You know, I mean, I'm just living my life the way I want to live it, and I would encourage anybody to do that because it feels really good. That's the biggest thing I want for a fan, even beyond liking my music. You know, if they take more about just me living how I live my life as a thing that they want to take and use to inspire them, even more so than the music, I'm completely down with that. You know.